Midnight music. 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 Midnight music.
Good thing I realized to turn back on my my mic.
I love Instagram.
Why? What happened now?
It's just such a funny place. Although my algorithm's been very bizarre lately.
Really? How so?
Yeah. It's just been a lot of people with like two legs, like boxing.
What?
Not two legs, like no legs.
I was going to say, like, I feel like most people have two legs.
Yeah, no, people like these people with no legs boxing, or no arms boxing, or like little people as little people bodybuilders. It's just Instagram's a very weird place for me right now.
What have you been searching on Instagram?
Dude, here's the thing. I don't search a goddamn thing on Instagram. I just send things back and forth to my friends. I don't need to search. Here's the thing. These aren't even things I follow. These are things that are being suggested to me in the algorithm.
Are you serious?
Like, dude, honestly, I don't like things. I don't comment things. The only thing I use Instagram for is laughing in real life and sending them back and forth to my friends. You will not see me liking things. I just send things back and forth.
So you know what? He'll like this.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oh my, that's kind of wild.
It's weird. And then the other half is just like animals being adorable because that's what Jazz and I sent back and forth to each other.
That's all.
So it was like a cat licking a baby duck, and I was like, "Aw, that's so adorable."
I follow a couple of like there are people who work at like animal sanctuaries where they're in charge of like big cats,
Uh huh.
and you just watch them mess with the big cats the entire time, like tigers and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just-
You're like, one day you're gonna get eaten.
Not even they enjoy them. They so don't give a fuck about them. They're like, "What do you want?" And she'll like just give him like this giant thing of catnip, and you watch him just get high.
God. There we go.
We're gonna have to look out for it if anybody else shows up in the comments and whatnot. Cody's showing up on NXT tonight.
Oh Christ.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, ironically enough, today is 9 years since Dusty died.
Well, that's why.
My assumption is that he is going to be like, hey, but Dusty Classic's coming back.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a sick. Didn't he do that last year?
I think so too.
Yeah, right. Like,
I just don't think he did it on his father's,
Yeah.
anniversary of his
Yeah.
death.
yeah.
But that's what I think. I think he's gonna be like, oh hey, but Dusty Classic's back.
God, I hope Ethan Page attacks him.
Him and even Page go way back apparently.
Yeah, all the way back to AEW.
No, before that, they used to ride
Yeah.
the Indies together.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
No
Honest.
wonder he got a job.
Oh, yeah, I think Cody's been just like low key just swiping people from AEW, but they don't use. He's like he did it with Jade,
Except MJF.
except MJF. Yeah, MJF just wants to cosplay Triple H for the last couple of weeks.
I respect his decision.
I really hope that tattoo wasn't real. The bet on yourself one.
Oh, that'd be so funny. It's like, dude, you're no longer a heel. You're just a weirdo.
Like, dude, we get it. You love wrestling. We do too, but we don't tattoo it on our fucking body. We're all waiting for Ricky Starks to be free. Ricky Starks was going to NXT before Regal had the.
Yeah, Cody rubbing his nipples and waiting for Ricky Starks to be free. I mean, he's not wrong. Taquan, right again.
Did you hear the quote that? So Tony Khan was asked about Ricky Starks and his future in AEW, and Tony Khan gave like the whole like, oh yeah, we love Ricky Starks. He's a great talent. Blah blah. We can definitely see him, sometime in our future on the show in AEW. And somebody was like, dude, you're the booker. Like, what
When
do
are
you
you gonna
mean?
book him?
Yeah. What do you mean? Sometime in the future. Oh my god.
We got nothing for you right now, pal.
Like he could have just said that, but he gave he went the PR route when he didn't have to go the PR route.
Would you send Ricky to I almost call it TNA NXT, or do you send him straight to the main roster?
Who, Ricky Starks?
Yeah,
NXT.
you think so? 6 months in 6 months in NXT.
Something like that, yeah.
Because we gotta rub the Rock off of you real quick, because the Rock is on real TV.
Because the rock's on the board.
Yeah, well, that is. I mean, it's kind of we gotta rinse the Rock smell off of you and give you, well, the Rock smell. It's just done correctly.
Just a different flavor of the rock. I mean, you can see he still has that weird ass dance. Where he moves his hips and everything.
You gotta give him the Alex Wright dance.
Stop. Don't do that to him.
That's pretty much what it was. It's really bizarre. Alex Wright is really weird.
Oh yeah, by the way, did you WWE announced more people for Fanatics Fan Fest.
Fucking Christ, I know. I saw
LA
Leah's
Knight
gonna be there. I saw LA Knight's gonna be. I'm like, oh, you're gonna have a fresh US title coming your way.
LA Knight got announced today, and so did Bailey.
I did see Bailey. I was like, okay, I'll go see Bailey.
She's
I don't
Sunday
care.
though.
I don't care if you're talking about women in sports. I'll fucking watch it.
You-
Bailey, what do you take on Caitlin Clark? Who?
Oh my god. I love how a lot of people were mad. They're like, Caitlin Clark didn't make the Olympic team. I'm like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, dude, she's making money in the for the WNBA right now. She's a little busy.
Well, no, but WNBA takes a break like hockey takes a break.
Oh,
You
they
know,
take a break for the Olympics?
Yeah, the thing with the Olympic process that no one talks about, people are like, Caitlin Clark is like the biggest name. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't win freaking ring. That doesn't win gold medals. Like the thing with
Yeah, her team's terrible.
yeah. Yeah, that's what happens when you're the number one draft pick. Like
Yeah.
you're not going to have a good time. But the thing with USA basketball, remember in like the mid 2000s when they started fucking like getting silver and bronze?
Yeah.
And people were like, yo, it's gotta fucking stop. And then they like brought in Coach K from Duke, and he was like, yo. we're gonna kill everyone. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Patriotism has no bounds.
So after that, they started like the USA basketball thing is like, even for men's and women, is like a 3-year process. So you go to like camps, you practice together, you go in exhibitions, you learn from the coach. So like it's like a 3-year commitment. And like for the past 2 some odd years, Caitlin Clark's been playing college.
Yeah.
You know, like she's like, and the one time that she might have even tried to get to a camp, she was in the Final Four. Like she's not going to get selected if she hasn't even been practicing with the team.
And she's a rookie.
Yeah, and it's very hard to be a rookie. I've heard it's very hard to be a rookie and go to the Olympics in almost any sport.
Right now, she's the tallest kid in kindergarten, right? Not Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah. The one
I don't want to like I'm taking away from her because I respect her much as an athlete.
She's good.
I respect what she's doing for the sport.
Yeah.
I don't care about men's basketball, let alone women's basketball. Go Celtics. But like
nice plug.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm happy she got a $30 million or $23 million Nike deal.
Yeah, good for her.
And within 5-10 years, the WNBA is no longer going to be subsidized by the NBA.
They've been trending up for a while, anyways. But
it's good to see women's sports trending up. Like that is actually very exciting.
Sports is literally the thing saving cable.
Yeah, for real.
And the more sports available, the longer cable's gonna last.
And honestly, dude, this surge in WNBA popularity feels very authentic and real from both sides of the political aisle too.
Yeah,
like it's very bizarre.
it's very attuned to Magic and Bird.
Yes, although it is really funny that the women in the WNBA fucking hate her. It is so funny to me.
It's not that they hate her, because it's just like it's not that they hate her. They're grown ass women. It's like if me and you were going to play in the NBA, we'd be treated the same way. You're gonna come in here, we're gonna fucking bump you around. Like I played with my dad's friends growing up playing basketball, and I would get like elbowed in the chest all the time. That's just how you learn. Like it's NBA, like basketball in general is physical. It's supposed to be physical.
On ball aggression, I think is 100% fine, especially for a rookie. Right there, I understand. Like I'll call it sportsman-like hazing. Right?
Sure. Okay.
But this is like when she's getting checked off ball for
no reason.
But
the check was BS. I know the check was BS.
I have no issue with like if she's going in for a layup or something and she gets a hard foul, that's fair game, right?
Yeah.
That's the proper way to send a message. Like even she would say that's just basketball.
Yeah.
Right. That's part of basketball. But the off play stuff. The fact that her own teammates don't have her back.
That's the real problem. That's the real problem.
Like your own teammates fucking hate you. It's just hilarious. Women hate seeing other women succeed.
I really don't think it's that deep, but it is a thing. I think it was like Paul Pierce or somebody was like, yo, you need to protect your player.
Yeah, protect your players.
Like especially in the 90s, like every good NBA team had an enforcer.
Oh yeah,
like someone you just didn't mess.
The Pistons were like near criminals.
Yeah, but like the New York Knicks had like Charles Oakley.
Yeah,
if someone like the Detroit Pistons of the early 2000s had Ben Wallace. Like
psychopath,
but amazing player.
Ron Artest or Meta World Peace is ironic because he was so goddamn violent. I've seen Mouse the Palace.
That Netflix documentary was amazing too.
Oh, it's incredible. And Ron Artest is just like, I don't apologize for anything.
Yeah, what no one talks about, because Caitlin Clark does kind of they're trying to Taylor Swift her, which I think is kind of it annoys me from a sports perspective because like WNBA has had amazing players for a while, but they seem to always give a pass of how much trash talk that she does on the court to other players. Like I can understand why she got checked.
She talks shit. Good for her.
No, but like
especially as a rookie,
no, but she's doing it in college. It's like a temper. Like she'll go like attack a ref after like during a timeout and like get in their face. Even her father one time during a college game was like, "Shut up." Like stop talking.
Yeah, don't argue with the refs.
Yeah. But like I get the trash talk, but like if you are going to trash talk grown ass women in professional sport, some shit's gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, I understand. Okay, and if that's the case, I personally might off play checker too.
yeah.
But at the same time, if you do that, you still get teed up. Like you should get teed up.
Yeah, no, they upgraded that check
To a technical.
to a flagrant one.
Flagrant one, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
right.
They upgrade to a flagrant one. That's what it's supposed to be. It was a flagrant one.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't flagrant 2 would have been like you would go to the head or neck and you have like no intent of actually going for the ball. That would have been a flagrant 1.
I also like how she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna focus on basketball. Like someone media trained her really well off court.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just focus on your game, play basketball. Your team's 3-11. Who cares?
The only other problem is that like she's still like no one's like she's a really big like she gets in people's faces trash talk. I'm like, and then they're like, why are we going after Clayton Clark? I was like, I don't know, maybe because she's getting fucking people's faces. Like,
she's being a disrespectful rookie on a shitty team.
Yeah,
it's like bitch scoreboard.
I
know you have 30 points, but your team has 40.
Yeah, did you see she went up against the Liberty, like one of her first games. And fucking the best thing in basketball is when you set a screen and the defender doesn't fucking see you. Mm-hmm. I've done it plenty of times. So she was defending I think she's defending Sabrina Ionescu. And one of her players, I think Brianna Stewart, was setting a screen. So Sabrina sees it, that the screen's being set up. So usually if you're in sync with the guy person on the screen and you know it's kind of in an open court, you run full speed towards that screen because the defender has to catch up with you. But they don't see so Caitlin Clark got wrecked on the screen because she ran right into a brick wall and fucking fell down. Like, that's one of those things where, like, but if you're Caitlin Clark's teammate, you clearly see the screen, be like, yo, fucking screen.
Yeah, give her a heads up.
Yeah.
I think it was Matt Barnes.
Yeah, Matt Barnes. Great player. Great podcaster, actually.
Ripped into her teammates. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, you have to.
I don't care if you don't like her.
You
gotta have her back, and she's also your moneymaker. Like if she gets injured and she's out for a quarter of the season, those fans are gone, and when she comes back, they might not come back.
Yeah, they like the worst team in the league got sold out for season tickets.
Yeah, unreal.
Unreal.
The Liberty of the WNBA team have like 9 championships or something. Like they're
no,
the
Liberty. No, it's the Aces. The Liberty have never won a title.
Oh, okay.
The Liberty.
Lisa Leslie played for them, right?
Lisa Leslie played for the Sparks. Sparks in LA.
Sparks.
Now the Liberty have always been for the most part, pretty decent. They were really good when it first started up because how can you start up a basketball team and not have a New York team be good? Right. You know. Then they dipped. Now they've come back up. Like they have the league MVP, and they went to the finals and they lost last year to the Aces. So like they're good now. They're actually really fun to watch. Apparently their mascot is ridiculous. Their mascot is a giant elephant named Ellie.
Amazing.
And Ellie
was this WNBA Aces?
That's the Las Vegas Aces. No, Liberty's mascot. Liberty's mascot is known as Ellie the elephant.
Amazing, Liberty, and it's a sign of a Republican. The elephant. Oh, that's amazing! It looks like the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
That's a nice mascot. I like that.
Ellie's wild though. You should see her videos. It's there. Apparently the other day was like Ellie's birthday, so she was wearing like a sash, like it was her birthday.
That's hilarious. Did apparently how much I saw they were hiring a new Mr. and Mrs. Met. Did you see that?
No, I did
Do you know how
not.
much? Do you know what their salary is to be the Mets mascot?
Probably like 100,000.
I wish. It's like 80 to 90K.
Honestly, I'd be down.
I'd be down for that, right?
Yeah. Make appearances. I mean, sweat a little. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I think being a mascot would be fun. I think you got to get actually trained to be a good mascot.
You do.
Though.
There's like a code that you have to like live by.
Yeah, like you can never take your helmet off.
You can
never say words out loud.
Yeah, never say words out loud. You can't.
I love the kayfabe world of mascots.
You're pretty much like no one can know you're the mascot.
Yeah. Do you think they kayfabe themselves in the locker room?
I don't know.
Like as soon as they put the helmet on, they like if someone's like, "There's a fire! There's a fire!" It's like they can't warn anybody. Yeah. They can't warn anybody because they're in the costume.
I knew one mascot personally, but I was also in college. So like our mascot was a tiger because we were the Towson Tigers, and we actually had rotating mascots because some of the mascots did different things.
Yeah, of course.
Like had different.
You always
tricks.
have rotating. There's like 3 of them. We had Kate and Willie Lions at Hofstra.
Yeah, but no, like we had one mascot, Doc, but there were 3 people that played Doc.
Mm-hmm.
There was like one for PR appearances, one was like a student, because we had one who could ride a unicycle around the track, around our football field.
That's awesome.
Like our football team wasn't great one day, and so they put the mascot on a unicycle, and he was riding because we had the track around the football field. He was riding around the track while the football game was going on, and we're going nuts as students. Not for anything going on in the game, but for this mascot, on a unicycle.
Dude, I would like to be corporate Mr. Met. I'm this there in the giant head in a suit for like the new
taking
signing.
Pictures with random people, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just there for like, I can just be like, oh, here comes another all-star whose career is going to end in 3 weeks into the season.
Oh my God.
Here comes Julio Rodriguez. His career is going to end in the Mets.
Yeah, the Mets are bad.
They're so bad. Although apparently Sevy has taken a no-hitter into the 7th or 8th inning twice this season.
Really? Did they lose still?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He lost a no-hitter, but he hasn't pitched a no-hitter yet, but he's been pitching incredible. Let me look up his stats because the Mets are fucking awful.
The Mets are playing tonight. My friend's there.
Luis Severino stats. Of course, it has his win-loss. 72 innings pitched, 3.25 ERA. He's 4-2.
It's not the worst.
Yeah, his WHIP is 1.14. So, yeah, he's pitching really well. Like that's like Marcus Stroman numbers.
Yeah. He plays for the Mets.
Yes.
All right. Are you ready to get going on this? I'm very excited now that we talked about women's basketball in the Mets, something that we've never really done before. Well,
and I kind of want to talk about the Yankees for like the next hour, but yeah, let's see if they can do that for the post show. We haven't talked about the record change yet either. I do want to have your take on that.
Oh, the Negro League exchange?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. But we can talk about that later.
We'll do that in the post show.
Yeah.
All right.
Just tell me when.
I am rolling, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings, excuse me, wow, good. Kings of the Rings podcast. I was coughing from all that twerking going on NXT Battleground. We're going to review Battleground and why the hell Shawn Michaels was in a chef's hat at the end of Battleground. And then we're going to move forward to the semi-interesting calamity that is Clash at the castle and who may or may not show up during that event. So we're going to be cooking. We're going to be going to a castle. We're cooking a castle here on episode number 379 of Kings of the Rings podcast, exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio. And it starts right now.
Night music. Night music.
I've never been so choked up with emotion going into the show. It's just kind of a weird time, but it happens. Yeah, yeah, on the amount of woos going on when that occurs. Goodness gracious. Gonna hear an entire nation say woo simultaneously. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 379, exclusively here on WrestleAddict Radio. We are streaming live right now on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Thank you guys for joining us. If you like what you see, if you are listening to us a little bit later, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review. The links to all of that are in the description below. Joining me this week, unfortunately, Kay cannot make it, but I guess fortunately for me, returning for the first time after getting Joey Chestnut banned from the hot dog eating contest, Will Darashon.
It's, to be fair, in my defense, I called Joey personally on my banana phone, and I was like, Joey, don't take this deal. It's not worth it. I know they're Nathans, and I know they're terrible, but you don't even chew them or taste them anyway. You just swallow them. So do not take this deal. And he didn't listen to me. He was just like, hey, Will, fuck you. And he took it.
It's very unfortunate. It's also very unfortunate that Slack actually showed up for a show for once. This is actually kind of crazy. It's actually kind of crazy. Hey, Slack, it's been a while. Let's see how long he stays, though.
Yeah, Slack, this is how we remember you. You actually show up and do things every now and then.
Yeah, wasn't he our intern for a while?
He was.
Yeah, and what happened to that? Right?
He didn't do anything.
That's
so we fired him.
Yeah, we replaced him with the
I mean, to be fair, we also didn't delegate things for him to do.
But listen, we've had Super Canadian Fan, we've had Frets, we even had a freaking stuffed animal do a better job than Slack.
That's fair.
And we never gave any of them directions.
Yeah, and we had a Dave.
We did have a Dave.
We had a wild Dave.
Happy belated birthday, Dave, by the way.
Shout out to Dave.
Yeah, shout out to Dave, man. Miss you, buddy. But yeah, no, this is going to be, Kay would be here, but Kay threw out their back, literally. I don't know what happened. I don't ask questions, but...
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Yeah, pretty much. That's where we're going to leave it at. So, oh yeah, by the way, well, I did not inform you. I kind of made it an executive decision. Kay has a new unofficial position within WrestleAddict Radio and KOTR. Kay is now going to be our head of product enhancement, aka our hope.
Huh. Okay, I can fuck with that.
Essentially, they're just my consultant on designs because they have a better artistic eye than probably combined.
Oh, of course, yeah. They'll just be like, yeah, add more color here, and you know what? They'll be right.
Yeah, they'll be completely right. Right. Speaking of which, Kay has designed for this year our new line of WrestleAddict Radio Pride merch, as you can see below if you are watching or if you're on any of our socials. It is our new our logo for Pride Month. As it's going on, so this logo is currently on some T-shirts, some tanks. I think a mug because Kay wanted a mug, and I was like, all right, there you go, and also a sticker. Make
it the tip of a condom. That would work.
We can't sell condoms.
It stretches out for color.
Oh my god!
So it's like a candy cane.
Although I can see it. Like that color design would kind of work. But yeah, no.
People will buy anything with the right logo on it.
Seriously, I actually do like this logo. It's very awesome. It's very colorful. It really does encompass of everything on the Pride flag for the most part. This design, like I said, is currently on our WrestleAddict Radio merchandise shop, which is in the links in the description below of this video or the audio in which you are listening to. The big thing about this is that Kay and I discussed that we want to make this not just a monthly thing like every other organization does in the world around this time. So this is going to be the official Pride merch line in perpetuity on our store forever and ever until we decide to change it and come up with a new design. So we started out with some shirts and tanks and tees and everything, but we are going to move when it comes to the winter time. You're going to see, Pride themed hoodies, jackets, things of that nature, whatever me and the Hope for War come up with. So it's going to be a consistent thing with a new line of other war merch to be talked about probably next week, to be completely honest with you. So I just wanted to plug that real quick and also thank Kay for his pretty awesome design that Kay was actually kind of designing when they were on the show last week. We were talking about Battleground and everything like that. Speaking of which...
Who's in the chat? Anyone in the chat? Slack, you there? Someone talk to me. It's very lonely.
I can hear you now. Right. Okay.
What happened? Oh, I got you.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we're good?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, cool. Yeah, cool. Okay, you're good.
Yep, let me just mark the audio again. But I think we're still live.
Yeah, we are still live. I'm just a little frozen right now.
As you are.
As I am. Yes, we'll fix this hopefully a little bit. But yes, Battleground was this week. I'll probably look like that for a while unless I kind of redo my
You want to go to a quick music break?
Yeah,
I can play some BBL Drizzy.
No, not even. I can go. I have the intermission slide ready.
Yeah, okay. Go to intermission.
Yeah, intermission slide. We'll be right back, folks. Sorry about that. Give us 2 seconds. We're just gonna play it anyways. I love it.
I can play Chris Jericho instead.
Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.
And after some technical difficulties, we are back. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. Real quick, as you were saying, NXT Battleground. I guess they didn't want to talk to me. They just want me talking about Sexy Red twerking. But NXT Battleground happened, and honestly, it was a pretty decent show. Will, did you watch any of it at all?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Not a damn thing.
Fair enough. I'll give you a quick recap of the event thus far. The women started off with the ladder match for the Women's North American Championship, And honestly, really fucking good. Sol Ruka, I will say, well, your pick almost won it.
Ah, of course.
Have you seen Sol Ruka's finisher called the Soul Snatcher?
I'm about to.
Yeah, it's great. It's pretty much like an inverted RKO. It's the best way I can explain it. But it was a creative match for a lot of reasons. The women did a fantastic job and ended up going to Kalani Jordan, aka Miss Carmelo Hayes currently. So she won in a match that seemed a little bit rushed, but it kind of worked out. A sleeper really good match after that were the Good Brothers versus Axiom and Nathan Frazier. You're looking at
that is a good finisher.
Yeah, the Soul Snatcher.
Yeah, she did off the top rope.
Yeah, and then
Does she always do off the top rope?
No, she usually does it off of she'll pretty much like walk up any of the ropes. She did it up against the ladder during Battleground.
Oh, that's a good finisher.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. And she's doing that after she tore her ACL.
God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah. So Kalani ended up winning. Moving on to that, the tag team match is actually a lot better than I thought. The Good Brothers ended up losing, unfortunately, in a very creative match for them. Obafemi did what you think Obafemi would do, is throw people around. Literally. Like, he picked up one of the Gallus boys, those thick guys, and he literally like picked him up in one foul swoop and just like threw him across the ring.
Yeah, he does that because he's humongous.
He's humongous. He's
scary.
He's very
scary.
Yeah. Wesley ended up pretty much being the crash test dummy. And even after the match, Wesley got beat up. And now there are rumors. Wesley got beat up by Gallus again. There are rumors that Wesley and his original running mates from the Rascals in TNA may be coming over sometime soon.
That'd be pretty cool.
Including Zach Wentz, who got fired.
TNA crossover, though.
Oh, I love a TNA crossover.
I think it's such a good idea.
It's perfect for them. And they did a lot of great numbers. We did Underground. Oh, we also had the NXT Underground match. Shayna Baszler, Lola Vice. Lola Vice ended up winning and twerked her way backstage with Sexy Red. It is a sight to see, let me tell you. Moving on as well. Mia Yim also did a great job in the ladder match. Moving on as well, we had what I thought was going to be the main event. Jordynne Grace and Roxanne Perez was actually the penultimate match because they shoehorned Trick Williams and Ethan Page for the NXT title at the last moment on Tuesday's NXT from last Tuesday. But Jordynne Grace and Roxanne Perez put on a great showing. It was looking very likely that Jordynne Grace, and I was thinking for a while, Jordynne Grace is going to steal this title.
That's why I predicted. I was like, I think you need a surprise.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you're going to try and – because you can't have every TNA person lose. I don't know what they did, but they shouldn't.
Yeah.
And if you want to pick one, this is the one to do it because she was already in the Rumble, right?
Yeah. She was in the Rumble, yeah.
She is a – like, look at her. She's fucking huge and terrifying.
Yeah.
And I think it would make sense. And they had Roxanne Perez on the Raw after Mania, so they could have easily called her up to give Liv Morgan or who's a champion on SmackDown, Bayley, someone to work with.
Yeah. But they
I
think
that would have been very believable if they call her up and just start putting her in programs.
Yeah, no, it would have been believable. But the weirdest thing happened in that match. All of a sudden, shenanigans started ensuing. So Tatum Paxley, who is the daughter of Victoria in real life, WWE Hall of Fame Victoria, or future Hall of Fame Victoria, who also was in TNA, comes out and then steals Jordynne Grace's knockout title. Okay,
nice.
As she's running back up the entranceway, she gets stopped by a performer known as Ash by Elegance in TNA. You know her, Will, as Dana Brooke.
That's terrible.
So the funniest part about it is Vic Joseph, a lead announcer, he's supposed to be acting surprised that Ash by Elegance or Dana Brooke showed up, and he's like, "Oh my God, it's Dana! I mean Ash by Elegance."
I was gonna say if they called her Dana Brooke, like they should have just called her Dana Brooke.
And so, in true Dana Brooke fashion, she's in a tussle with the TNA Knockouts Championship with Tatum Paxley. Jordynne Grace comes out, takes the title from Tatum Paxley, bashes Tatum Paxley in the head with the TNA Knockouts title, then looks at Dana Brooke and bashes her in the head with the TNA Knockouts title, and then gets back in the ring, gets surprised by Roxy, and Roxy wins. The other interesting thing in that match is that Jordynne Grace tore off her earlobe. She was wearing an earring. She was wearing like an earring in the ring. And somehow the earring got stuck on the stockings of Roxanne Perez. So people are like, she's bleeding. And I was like, what the hell is on Roxanne Perez's thigh? And they're like, oh, it's an earring.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Why would you wear jewelry in the ring? Like,
I
are you
don't know.
crazy?
She'd been doing it forever. She tweeted, she's like, all right, that's the last time I'm doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Why would you fucking do like? Why? When Rusev was barefoot, what are you doing?
Riddle was barefoot for a while. Riddle was barefoot his whole career.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like that's how you get hurt, dude. They're wearing boots.
Yeah, I think Rusev screwed up his foot once and he went to boots.
Yeah. Rusev like broke his foot.
Yeah,
and he was out for like six months. Then he went to boots because he's not an idiot.
Yeah. The other thing that happened, obviously, the NXT championship match between Trick Williams and Ethan Page. Ethan Page is full-time NXT. This isn't a TNA crossover. He's out of his AEW contract. He went full-time. Ethan Page is good. Ethan Page is a good character. Like, he knows his character.
He did okay work in AEW. He was in that faction or that tag team for a while. I think he had to do the Darby. My problem with Ethan Page, I would just be like, dude, you score pretty well in the Bret Hart test, but for the love of God, stop yelling at me every single promo. You are screaming like you have roid rage, and it's just you think being loud and yelling is relatable all the time.
What I find very interesting about Ethan Page is that he owns the rights to his name and his logos and all of that. So they allowed him to bring that over with him. So it's the same thing what Styles did. He owned the rights to his name, so he can't jump ship or anything. And this may be a sign of things to come. If Ethan Page is jumping over, there's rumors that Pentagon might be jumping ship as well.
It's like, we can make money off of our name.
Who would have thought?
While making a good contract via you. So dude, honestly, that is the one thing that beats Tony Khan.
Yeah.
Money up front. It's like Tony Khan will give you more money up front, but if you can honestly could bet on yourself and get more merchandise from WWE, and WWE lets you do that, that is very enticing. Because if they put that rocket to you, you're gonna make way more merch, and since you own your name, you're gonna make way more money.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of crazy. Although there was a low-key shot that Ethan Page took last week when he was signing his official contract. He was like, listen, I don't have to be here. He goes, I can do like I did the last couple of years, just sit on my ass and make a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what he did.
Yeah.
He made a lot of money in the back.
Yeah. Solo was barefoot too. Good job, Charles. I was
going to say, I think Solo wears boots now, but I was going to say that.
He was originally
barefoot.
He taped his ankles. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of, don't go barefoot in a ring. That's just disgusting.
It's probably like sanitary too. Like,
yeah. I mean, they do change out the apron.
I forget they changed apron like every other match.
Yeah, but still, I'm like, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. This is coming from a guy who used to walk barefoot in a football locker room, but that's just me. And I was a young kid. I was a kid. I didn't care.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I would have done it too.
It was a weird time. I was like, I'm invincible. Nothing can hurt me at all, surprisingly enough. But moving on from NXT Battleground into the other news that apparently is somewhat legit, Ricochet, according to multiple outlets, Ricochet has given his notice and said that once his contract is up, he is not looking to renew or re-sign. Ricochet will be a free agent sometime by the end of the summer. If you saw what happened to him on Raw, that might have been their WWE's way of writing him off TV so he can ride out his contract. Will, before I get into the big question on everybody's mind about Ricochet, did you see what happened to him on Raw?
I saw he got the stretcher job.
Do you know how he got the stretcher job?
Yeah, Braun Breaker cut him in half.
Well, he speared him multiple times. He beat him up in the parking lot. They gave him the Rey Mysterio spot where he lawn
Oh, the
darted
lawn dart?
the lawn dart.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome.
And then he went to like the stairs of a production truck and he power slammed him onto the windshield of a car.
Gee, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not re-signing.
I was like, damn. I was like, okay, Ricochet. The first ever speed champion, Ricochet, who he dropped that title to Andrade the other day on Twitter, which no one watched. Is pretty much, that's probably his swan song. He is gone from WWE.
And poor Andrade, he just wants good booking.
Yeah.
Literally, the only thing Andrade wants is to not be booked like a fucking idiot.
It is crazy. But the biggest question on everybody's mind is Samantha Irvin staying, right?
Duh. What do you mean?
Really
That's not a question. That's the only thing that would make me think that Ricochet is staying. Like, why would you leave your wife? For what? To do acrobats with Will Ospreay?
It's probably what he wants to do.
Right? Like, you just want to do flips and shit? Like, is that, you just want to be like the fucking Cirque du Soleil in AEW? Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have great matches. Like, you will. I mean, you might be booked better. You might not be. You're going to be booked at Forbidden Door. You know that.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna have storylines there either.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at
Andrade,
yeah,
Ospreay's
his real boyfriend.
Look at it this way. Look at everyone from the WWE mid card who goes to AEW. They either stay in the mid card or they just stay in the undercard.
Yeah,
Aleister Black,
Keith Lee.
I mean,
Ember Moon.
Ember Moon.
Yeah.
Ruby Riott.
Yeah.
Adam Cole.
Baby.
Adam
Cole, all of Undisputed Era.
Go engine. Fish and O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Buddy Murphy.
Yeah. Yeah. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah, at least with Triple H here, you have a chance.
Hell, I'll even put Deonna Purrazzo in that mix.
Huh?
Deonna Purrazzo.
Was she in AEW?
And she's in AEW now.
But she was in TNA. Oh no, she did shine with AEW. Well, we have to see what she does.
Well, yeah, she had that opening feud with Toni Storm because they used to be besties, and then you haven't heard shit from her. Yeah. You know, but here's the thing with Ricochet. In my opinion, with Ricochet, he went as far as he could in WWE. He's a North American champion, tag team champion, intercontinental champion, United States championship. What more did you want from him? Unfortunately, there's too many people above Ricochet for him to go for even the world title.
Yeah, I just don't. He doesn't connect. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I like Ricochet a lot. He's super talented. I like his look.
I think it's the promo. I think it's the mic work.
Yeah, his mic work in NXT wasn't that great either. But yeah, you got to be more than just acrobatics and good wrestling because he's a great seller.
Oh my God, he's a fantastic seller. Yeah.
Like he can't cut a promo and he can't carry a feud.
I don't think it's because he can't cut a promo. I just don't think it's one of those things where like his promos aren't believable.
Yeah.
Like, by and large, when you look at like from a height perspective, like MJF and Ricochet are probably around the same height, right? But MJF is a great storyteller.
Yeah.
That's why MJF is where he's at. MJF is a good wrestler. He's a good worker, but what puts him over the top is his storytelling. Same thing with Punk. What put Punk's over the top is his storytelling. You look at Punk's ring work, it's okay. Like Punk's ring work has always been good. It's not anything that'll blow you away. You get invested in Punk because of the freaking story he's able to tell you.
I don't like Punk for his wrestling.
Exactly.
You don't hear that. You don't hear that very often. Like he gets a mean bulldog.
He does. He does.
You know what I mean? Like it's the presentation. Yeah. I think Ricochet also kind of got screwed with the bad booking. He never really was given a fair shot because when he was given that fair shot in NXT, he delivered. Remember that match and that feud with him and Velveteen Dream?
Oh my God, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was incredible. Him and Adam Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has that ability.
He has it in him, but he needs a better dance partner on the microphone to carry him, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's a big fish, small pond.
Yeah. I mean, am I going to tune in to Ricochet versus Ospreay on an AEW television show? Yeah, why the hell not? It's going to be fun.
I mean, if I were him, though, I'd stay. My wife's there.
Yeah, the wife's the moneymaker I don't think they're officially married yet.
Yeah, the fiance.
Yeah. No, that is the true moneymaker. What I found interesting on Raw is that Ricochet got stretcher job, and Samantha Irvin left. So they really played it up.
Yeah, of course.
And then the best part about it is Pat McAfee became the ring announcer.
That's even better.
he announced Drew McIntyre in the Finn Balor main event. So Drew McIntyre comes out and he's like, entering the ring, this Scottish handsome psychopath son of a bitch, Drew McIntyre, or something like that. And then he goes, when Finn came out, he was like, now coming to the ring, representing bum-ass Judgment Day with 0% body fat on a 225-pound frame, Finn Balor.
Incredible.
I was like, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, no, we've seen the last of Ricochet, but listen, Ricochet had a great, 6 or so year run? Yeah, 6 years.
Take? Yeah.
No, because we were at his debut match at the North American ladder match, which is 2018, 2024. He had a good 6 years.
Yeah.
Let him
It'll be cool to see him in AEW every now and then.
Let him run the innings. Let him do his crazy stuff. Let's see what he does with it.
But I'll believe he leaves when I see it.
Yeah, we'll wait a couple of months to see what happens with that. But we'll see. Moving on now to what we're really here for to talk about is Clash at the Castle. The second ever Clash at the Castle, emanating from Scotland in the United Kingdom, which I think Clash at the Castle might be their unofficial UK pay-per-view every year at this point. So no, this is the second Clash. Yeah, this is the second Clash. Correct, yeah. Yeah, it's the second, because that's when Solo debuted. Yeah, so it's coming from Scotland. It's going to be at 2 p.m. on Saturday, so yes, afternoon wrestling.
This week, so it's going to be a nice way to relax.
Before you do stuff.
Yeah, before we're going out to dinner. For my aunt turned 75 this weekend.
Oh, wow, congratulations.
So I'm driving up for that and Father's Day.
Dude, that's going to be crazy because it's a strong possibility it's going to be a sweep in the NBA Finals. So Boston might be extra crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's too. We're also going to be watching the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
So.
If it makes it to at least 5 games, I think there's 2 games this week, and then Game 5 would be Saturday or Sunday.
Game 5 would be Saturday. Yeah, so I'm going up Thursday actually. So I'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, coming home Sunday.
Yeah, by the time you get there you might be in the middle of like championship parade traffic.
Yeah, dude, my mom and her sister and my uncle, huge Celtics fans.
Yeah.
Massive Celtics fans, and they got to watch in the 70s.
Oh, wow.
When them and the Lakers were just running shop on the NBA.
Yeah. Jesus. So yeah, 70s, 80s.
It'll be fun. That'll be exciting. My brother and his wife are big Celtics fans too. So
yeah, no, it's going to be a crazy time. So before all that happens, we're going to have Clash at the Castle, which seem to potentially be the homecoming for Drew McIntyre.
He's losing.
He was going to be the main event of the world title, and then Friday happens.
Oh yeah, this is this.
When this match,
this isn't the main event. It should be the main event. But
I think it's going to be the main event.
I don't know. Well, do you have Drew kick off then?
At this point, you have to.
I don't know. I think Drew should main event personally.
I think Drew should main event too, but you're not putting an I Quit match as the first match on the card.
Sure. Who do you fall that? Like Dewdrop? Like Dewdrop and Bailey? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there's no way. As soon as this match got announced, Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles in an I Quit match for the WWE Championship, I go, wow, Drew must be so pissed at this. Drew has had the worst post-Mania run of his entire career. This might be worse than when he won during the pandemic and no one was there.
I know. He was booked well though, during that run.
He was booked perfectly for that run, and then the pandemic happened. It was out of his control.
The Drew COVID run, it's a great run.
It's a fantastic run, yeah.
It's a great run. He was put in an impossible situation to succeed, and he still did it.
He tried. He
made the wrestling and the programs entertaining with literally nobody there. Not even faces on a screen. I think he dropped by then.
Yeah.
So, like,
yeah.
This might be worse.
Yeah, this might be worse. So we obviously know the story. AJ Styles pulled his best Mark Henry, much to the enjoyment of Mark Henry. And Kay and I talked about this on the show. If a wrestler comes out in a pastel suit, don't believe a word they say.
Yeah, they're not retiring.
It's a precedent at this point.
That was good. It was good. I mean, Mark Henry did it way better.
Oh, when it happened, I initially believed Mark Henry completely.
Yeah. His thing, watching it back, knowing it was fake, I still believed it was real.
It was so good. So AJ doing that little homage to him, I think, was really freaking awesome. And he bullied his way to get Cody and Matt into an I Quit match at Clash of the Castle. Cody's on a crazy run. Cody's John Cena-ing right now. He's on a Cena run.
Yeah.
So realistically, this is going to be a fantastic match with AJ's losing. There's still good intrigue in this because AJ is the only person to win like the WWE Championship outside of the United States in recent history. Last time he won, he beat Jinder Mahal in the United Kingdom. Yeah. You know, so AJ has a precedent of doing shock victories. AJ also won the U.S. title at a Madison Square Garden house show.
He did.
Yeah, he did. You know, so AJ has this kind of aura about him of just pulling shit out of his ass and winning. I like the I Quit, but I want something more from this. And it's only because the TNA involvement, and TNA's turning 20. You know, I think this month.
What else do you have in mind? Because personally, I couldn't think of a different stipulation for this.
Loser leaves. Cody beats AJ and AJ leaves WWE, he shows up in TNA and does a little mini run and then comes back.
God, I mean, they probably didn't give him enough money to go and do that. Honestly, I would not be surprised if AJ was just like, I'm not going back to TNA. I'm not doing it.
Done.
Like, he doesn't have fond memories of that place. That'd be like, Rick, just go back to WCW.
Fair.
Just 6 months. No, Dixie Carter's not there. Just go. No, the Smashing Pumpkins guy isn't there either. Who is there? Honestly, I don't know.
I don't know, actually.
It might be Santino.
I think Santino is involved in some way, shape, or form.
Can you work with Santino, AJ? Come on, no, there's no Cobra. No Cobra. Just go work with Santino. Yes, he's Canadian. It's very confusing. So is Jinder.
Jinder's a Canadian. I think we called him a Canadian years ago.
See, AJ, you got experience with confused Canadians.
Don't we ever? But yeah, I mean, the I Quit's going to be great. These are two, like, their match at Backlash was, lack of a better word, phenomenal. It's a really good wrestling match. Really good wrestling match with a predictable outcome, but a really good wrestling match. I can only assume what they do with the stipulation here, but by and large, Cody literally just donated a wrestling ring to the African wrestling promotion where they wrestle in like the mud.
Yeah.
Cody literally today just said he's donating a wrestling ring to them.
Hell yeah. I love Cody Rhodes. Great guy. Yeah. Here's the thing. I still don't know why, Ricky, but if he did this in AEW, it'd be like, politician. He's trying to run for Congress. You know what I mean? Like, but
that was a real thing for a while too.
Yeah. But when he does it in WWE, you and I literally just went, "Wow, what a guy!
What a man! What an amazing individual!"
I just want to call point to our hypocrisy, and I don't know why I have it, but I'm admitting I have it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was not the biggest Cody fan in AEW. I was like,
None
what
of
are you
us
doing?
were. None of us were.
Cody?
Why are you leaving your boots in the ring? What are you doing?
Why are you
bleeding?
Aren't you
going for the world title? Why are you such a captain sissy?
Why are you taking unprotected shots to the head? You're an
why
executive.
Are you bleeding?
Yeah, why are you bleeding again?
But in WWE, he bleeds and we're like, fucking awesome storytelling.
What a guy.
I don't get it. If he took a chair shot to the head, the back of the head, we'd be like, greatest match ever. What spot are we talking about 15 years from now?
I don't get it.
Part of me hates being a Cody Mark because I'm like, wow, I'm such a hypocrite.
I don't get it. You know what it is for me too? Because like I feel like Cody I think he talked about it on the Stone Cold podcast where he was like, I decided I can't be an executive and I just need to be a wrestler.
That might be the difference, because he was doing the executive. It's like, yeah, you're trying to go corporate on us. We don't like corporate. Fuck you.
Yeah, he was like, this kind of sucks.
Also, did you notice on SmackDown he allowed
What?
himself to be seen on TV not wearing a suit?
Oh yeah, that's when he's like really angry.
Yeah, I honestly that was a small detail that was actually really good, because Cody makes a point, like, every time I'm on TV, I want to be
well dressed, yeah,
in a suit, and he made a point to go, no, fuck this, cut Tank.
He's done it
Tank.
like 2 or 3 times when his feud with Roman, I think.
Yeah.
You know, but it is
it's
a good detailed switch for him as well, to show it like, I'm really mad. You know, I didn't have time to put on a suit. But yeah, Cody's winning this. This is going to be a great main event, but Cody's winning. Moving on to what probably was going to be the main event until 5 days ago. Drew McIntyre, in his home country of Scotland, will not main event. He's going up against Damian Priest for the WWE World Championship, because Drew beat Finn on Raw this past week. Judgment Day will not be ringside or involved in the match at all, again with Damian Priest.
Good, because that means CM Punk will.
Well, Judgment Day has a bunch of problems trying to keep Dom in check with Liv Morgan. And I know that he's actually married in real life, but I saw the way Liv was acting, especially on Raw. I was like, dude, no one's going to blame you.
I know. I mean, it would make me feel better. I don't know why. I can't believe I'm going to say this. If my wife won't find out. That's when I'd be like, oh God. Now I wouldn't blame you.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, they have a lot of issues with that. But I love Liv kind of being like a crazy vixen, and Dom just not being able to resist without Finn Balor there.
I like the story.
Mm-hmm.
It is a little hard to get into it, though, knowing she's married, knowing he's just got married.
Legitimately just got married, yeah.
But I mean, it's acting, but WWE's that weird middle ground. It's like, okay, but it's like reality acting.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's
just a weird hybrid between, like, we know a lot about these people in real life, though.
Yeah. So we're gonna get back to this match, but did you see there was a segment with Judgment Day? So Liv kind of dropped her hotel key card or whatever to Dom, and so Judgment Day comes back, and Dom's like, guys, I got to be honest. Carlito's with them too, by the way. He's like, guys, I got to be honest. Like, Liv was here, and she gave me the credit card. And they're like, oh, and Carlito's like, that's cool.
That's cool.
Finn Balor's like, it's not cool. He's like, oh, it's not cool.
I saw a meme today. It was a picture. I forget who the picture was, but the caption was Carlito and Dom leaving Liv's hotel room. I forget who the pop culture people were.
It was Brian Maddox and Xavier Woods.
Yes.
Yeah. Brad Maddox.
Brad Maddox and Xavier Woods. And I was like, this is fucking funny.
I saw a tweet that I think it's from Creative Humor. It was like, let's get this straight, folks. Dominic Mysterio.
Fretz put it in the Discord.
He did put it in Discord chat, yeah.
That was
Creative Humor put a tweet that said, let's get this straight, folks. Dominic Mysterio decided to go and try to beat up his deadbeat father instead of going to a hotel to have sex with Liv Morgan. We're pretty sure that's a precursor of that's a sign of CTE.
It's a sign of CTE. Oh, yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I just love how messy this scenario has gotten. But back to this match. So there is a Drew McIntyre trying in his hometown. This is all he's ever wanted in his life, to be recognized in his hometown as a world champion for WWE. He had it for like 5 minutes and 46 seconds before he decided like catwalk the Punk and get his ass beat and get cast in on by Priest. And CM Punk haunts this man the entire time. So does Mormon. Like, I'm gonna go with you because that is one of our bonus questions. Do we get a CM Punk appearance?
Yes,
to foil Drew? And I believe we do.
Yeah,
get a CM Punk.
CM Punk's probably really close to being back, and literally because the whole story is just how can we piss Drew off even more? That's literally the story of this guy's career right now. How can we just piss him off?
Yeah.
So he's lured into the false security of, okay, it's me and him one-on-one, no outside interference. And it's like, well, technically, CM Punk's not part of Judgment Day. And it's the one thing he didn't account for, and it costs him.
Yep, it's the Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny thing.
The story really is, Drew, why are you mad at us? This is your fault.
Yeah.
Like,
Pretty much. That's
that
pretty
just
much
pisses
what it
him
is.
off even more.
Yeah, I had a theory that Drew McIntyre might like hire Gallus to help him out, because Gallus being from the UK and then being in NXT, I was like, oh, that'd be a good turn. Drew actually takes the low ball route and gets Gallus to interfere on his behalf. But in that essence, that still might screw over Drew, because Drew might end up getting disqualified, so you get like a no contest.
Yeah, you can't have that.
Yeah. So you're looking for something definitive.
Yeah, dude. I don't think Tyson Fury singing American Pie would help that situation again. So.
Wouldn't be surprised if Tyson Fury shows up.
No kidding.
He's got nothing else to do.
If his face is healed.
I was gonna say he's got nothing else to do right now.
Yeah, his boxing career is.
Yeah. So by hook or by crook, I think Damian Priest actually wins this.
I do too. But here's the thing.
I do like Priest's run so far.
I don't. It's not working for me.
You know what it is? It's the Judgment Day baggage.
Not even, yes, a little bit. Like, it's almost like it's not his fault because of the booking, but there's just other things on Raw that are more interesting than Damian Priest.
Agreed. Even within his own faction.
Yes, specifically within his own faction.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like, a lot of what's going on with Judgment Day is leading towards Rhea's return. And I think Rhea's a lot healthier than people are giving her credit for. Like, I would, I
maybe the injury wasn't as bad as bad as I thought.
Yeah, I expect the post SummerSlam appearance by Rhea Ripley, if not at SummerSlam. It's possible,
because this was definitely going to be the plan all along. Except Liv was going to be in Chase, so you got to use Dom to get into ahead of Rhea and eventually take that title off of her. So they're still doing the same story, just a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a different scenario, but it's the same story. Yeah. So that's the thing with Priest. But, like, they're trying with Priest. Priest was at the Puerto Rican Day Parade. He took pictures with people. He had the belt and stuff. So he's being a good representative in a time. And, like, if Priest somehow makes it to SummerSlam and loses to Drew or Punk or something, I'm fine with that. Give him a good run as a world title. Move on. Especially if Rhea returns.
Yeah.
Then we'll see what happens. But for right now, Priest is...
This title run isn't... It's just...
It's not his fault.
It's not working. You can't... Like you said, dude... This whole segment, we haven't talked about him that much. And like you also said, he's not main eventing when the other guy is literally the hometown hero of a different country.
Yeah.
It is kind of sad the same thing happened with Bad Bunny, because we said he should have main evented with Bad Bunny too.
The Bad Bunny match should have been the main event of Backlash. That made no sense whatsoever.
So he's playing second fiddle to Cody Rhodes twice, then Brock Lesnar. So that was a little more understandable.
Yeah.
But
I was like, when they did the Cody thing, I was like, ooh, I was like, this kind of sucks for Drew.
Like, I also think that's another reason why this should main event, because you gotta put over this Damian Priest title run.
True, but then where do you put the I Quit match? Put in the middle of the card?
Just kick it off.
Oh man, I don't know. To kick off with an I Quit, that's a bold move. When it's the only real stipulation match that you have. It's the only gimmick you have on this card.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the gimmick is Drew's homecoming. That's also a gimmick.
That's true. There's going to be a lot of bagpipes.
Yeah, right? Like, that's what the Piper Niven's story is. Hey, we're fighting in my country. Let's book me good for like a month so I can get a title shot.
Listen, Piper's fine because she has Chelsea, and Chelsea Green's hysterical.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. I'm not saying it's a bad build.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but the fact that she's a hometown hero is part of the gimmick.
Do you remember? Actually, we'll talk about it more when Piper Niven shows up. Piper Niven might be the middle match. Piper and Bayley might be the middle match. We'll see what happens. Excuse me. But yeah, Damian's winning this by and large because we just...
I agree.
Angrier Drew is the best Drew. Speaking of angry and kind of really a weird feud, which is in Sami Zayn, the Intercontinental Champion, is out here trying to save people yet again. And Sami Zayn tried to save Jay. And
Captain Saber Bro.
Captain Saber Bro, Sami Zayn. Yeah. He's out here trying to save all the bros and the dudettes, because Maxine's there as well, of Alpha Academy. And we've got, for what I know right now, a straight up match, IC title match again, Sami versus Chad Gable. And I'm on the fence right now whether Sami drops or keeps this. Where are you at?
Sami drops.
You think so?
Yeah, I think. There was rumors that Chad Gable's leaving. Yeah, I don't.
No way in hell.
Because where would he go? He probably would go to TNA and then end up back in NXT. Like, why would you do that? So,
it's about to happen to Dolph Ziggler.
But Chad's contract expired last week. He agreed to an extension for Clash of the Castle, allegedly. I'm saying allegedly. I think he signed a new contract, and I think he's winning the title belt. I think WWE wants him to stay, especially since he's getting this new push. Like, it's not like Ricochet where it's like you weren't really getting booked well anyway. Chad Gable is being booked well. He is primed to get a brand new faction. Why would he just give that up? I don't believe the internet when they were saying they think he's leaving.
I didn't believe it one bit either. I was like, he's in a storyline. He's in a really good storyline right now.
And give him that title because I want to see him with it and push this story along. Sami Zayn does nothing for me with the belt. Sami Zayn is way better in the chase. And once he gets it, it's kind of like, all right, let's do the next thing now.
Yeah. I mean, we've never seen Chad Gable with a singles championship run. And
I don't know why Sami is just a bad champion.
He's the ultimate underdog. I think that's why.
Yeah.
You know, and then, like, after that, like, let's be honest, none of us thought Sami was beating Gunther at Mania.
No. You think with Sami Zayn is you blow your load with the win.
It was a hell of a win, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a hell of a load. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. It was a hell of a yeah, it was a hell of a win. But I want to see Chad because, like, you have Chad being a quintessential narcissist person and abusive. Like, he almost whipped somebody on national TV.
That was great.
You know,
almost whipped a woman too.
Yeah, he's like 2 steps away from a kiss my ass club.
Yeah,
he's that close, and so you're kind of seeing how big the line is. And now, if you give him the title, and you have him run with the title, let's see how diabolical he gets now. But he got what he wanted.
Dude, they should do the kiss my ass club. Like, if you're gonna do a Otis turns on Gable segment,
not yet,
Tozawa. You do the kiss my ass club when he goes down instead of kissing him, he gives him a low blow.
Nice. I do like that.
Yeah, because obviously you're not going to have him kiss his ass. If you really want to do it, you don't have to even expose his ass. You know, it's like kiss my ass on the pants.
Yeah.
And then he does a low blow.
Yeah, you know what it is, too? I don't know. Otis cut a promo with Sami Zayn in the backstage there, and he was like, I love Otis. He was like, Sami, you know, way back when, I had everything. You know, I had a good. She's like, I had my friends, I had my peach, I had Tucky.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
He had Tucky. Oh yeah. And then I lost everything, and then Chad was there for me, for everything. I was like, wow, we got a Mandy Rose reference, which I will admit, Mandy and Otis storyline was one of the most entertaining wrestling stupid storylines ever.
It was a great pandemic storyline.
No, it was pre-pandemic.
Was it pre-pandemic?
It was pre-pandemic. Cause
no, Otis won the Money in the Bank on the Titan Tower.
But was Mandy with them then?
Yeah, because there's Money in the Bank.
No, did they drop that? Did they drop that before Money in the Bank?
It was after, because remember he had Money in the Bank and it was like the Miz ended up against Money in the Bank.
Yeah, Miz beat him for Money in the Bank or something like that.
Yeah, like Miz and Maurice were in the promo with Otis and Mandy. I'm pretty sure it was on SmackDown.
I honestly don't remember, because I remember when they fired the female writer who came up with Mandy and Otis being a couple. I don't know when the story was, but I remember during the Rumble when Mandy almost got eliminated, Otis was under the ring and caught her.
Otis caught her.
Yeah, but I don't know what year that was.
Someone asked Mr. Fretz.
I want to say 2019. We're not gonna ask Slack. I don't even know if Slack's still here. Slack, are you still here?
You thought it was 19?
I think it was 2019.
I thought it was. I could have sworn it was 20, but you might be right.
I'm just literally like trying to figure it out, because I honestly don't remember when it was. But be that as it may, as we're looking it up, I think you convinced me on Chad Gable winning, because you have Chad winning, you have him be a tyrant going into the fall and during the summer, and at some point you make the switch out for like the new Alpha Academy, which is going to be the Creed brothers, and potentially Ivy Nile.
Yeah. So
I think that's a good little switcheroo. So I'm gonna go with Chad Gable with you just as well. A couple more matches on this card. They're probably a little bit more predictable than what we have. Bayley, Pamela Martinez, finally making an appearance in New York City, will go up against Piper Niven, with obviously Chelsea Green by her side, and Piper Niven's home country of the United Kingdom and Scotland. It's going to be an interesting match. I think, again, this is still predictable. I think Bayley still retains.
Yeah.
At this point. But I enjoy them giving Piper Niven a chance. And to be honest with you, Piper Niven's beaten like a lot of the 4 horsewomen. are giving them really good matches.
Let's say, who has she beaten? I can't think of one.
Oh, she's what, of the 4 horsewomen?
Yeah.
I want to say she beat Sasha. She's gone up with Bailey, but this is a classic. Like the last time Bailey was in like the UK and had a championship title match, she went up against Nia Jax. So Bailey versus like a woman bigger than her is a total UK Bailey thing. We're definitely going to get the Hey Bailey chance.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm really excited for this Scottish crowd.
Yeah, dude, they gotta beat France. Like, if you lose to France, that's just embarrassing.
That's probably what's gonna happen.
I loved that French crowd. It was awesome, but it's French people. You guys are just the worst. I'm sorry.
They're not too bad. I mean,
I have no desire to go to Paris or France.
It has a bit of a stench to it. Paris is. I will admit, I've been to Paris. They're a little uppity.
Yeah, they don't like us. That's fine. I don't like them either.
Most people don't like us.
That's fine.
Yeah,
you don't have to like us.
Most people don't like us. You'll get used to it. But yeah, no, I like where this is going. It gives Bailey something to do now, but she's totally separate from damage control. Bailey's been making more headlines juggling on Twitter than she has doing anything else. So it gets like a Bailey something to do. It gets Piper nipping the match, and I'm sure Bailey is going to sell. Really good for Piper. I do not expect Piper at all to win. I expect Chelsea Green to do something totally ridiculous because Chelsea Green is a ridiculous character in this whole thing. Probably Naomi will get involved on behalf of Bailey. She'll be feeling a little bit of a glow. But I think Bailey 100% here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Moving on here as we move on this show. The final match, the Bianca and Jade Cargill showcase match, as we will be calling it.
Yep.
Doing a tag team triple threat against Shayna, who just lost to Lola Vice, and then NXT and Zoe Stark. Also against finally, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are actually going to wrestle on a main roster show since being out pretty much since they've been drafted almost like 18 or so months ago. Obviously, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn were from NXT UK originally, so this is kind of a homecoming for them as well. But by and large, folks, this is a Bianca and Jade showcase match.
Yep.
They are going to be dominant. They are going to be fantastic. They are so much fun together. Like, they have, I don't know how they keep on managing to do matching outfits for every event. Have you seen this?
Yeah, they look good.
They look good. I think Bianca's probably making all of their clothes.
Most definitely, because that's just what she does. They have good chemistry together. It is weird seeing Jade just not be like a stoic badass. That's what we're so used to her as.
Oh, that is what's going to make Return that much better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're going to be so good besties that she's going to. I want her. Ideally, I want Jade when Jade turns. I want her to do the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn spot from NXT.
I want her to beat up Montez Ford.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what? Montez would be down because Montez would sell that like crazy.
Oh yeah, he would sell the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great. That's why I want to see it happen.
Montez would sell so well he'd oversell too much.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. But no, I would love that. But I want to see Jade kind of take like Bianca's head and like smash it up against the ramp as they're walking away, or do like a Tommaso and Johnny moment from like Chicago. Like her turn needs to be so brutal on Bianca.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Like,
yeah, I kind of want to fast forward 6 months and
to when the turn happens.
So when things like just overall things just get good.
Yeah. Well, this
oh, Cody might drop. Ooh, I think Bailey might drop. Actually, I think it's time like the turn happens. Like WWE's in a holding pattern of we're waiting for things to happen.
And Money in the Bank, I think, is going to start that turning of things might happen.
Money in the Bank usually does.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank is the real reset of the WWE season.
Yeah, because you're going to Money in the Bank and you're going to jettison all the SummerSlam.
Yeah, you WWE like after Mania is kind of in cruise control in terms of creative.
Yeah.
So to make up for that, they just go, I was going to go overseas and make cruise control exciting.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's actually really smart. It's fucking so smart.
Yeah, everything is a WrestleMania level event now with all these international shows.
Yeah, and they don't care how predictable it is. They're just happy to be there.
Exactly.
And it makes it's just a presentation of your product. It's just like, oh no, it's hot.
Yeah, you make your product that much better. It's
financially hot. It's creatively cold.
Yeah. And I dare, when this turn happens, like I've been wanting, because everybody knows Bianca's ponytail is a hair clip.
Yeah.
It's a giant hair clip.
Oh, Jade rips it off.
Yeah, I want like at some point for like a really legit Bianca character change. She can still be a character change in a babyface. It'd be interesting to see a heel mess with the hair in the way that like it permanently goes away. And there's always like the old adage of like you never mess with a black woman in her hair, but like that's what makes it intriguing.
Yeah.
Especially if it's another African American woman doing it.
Yeah.
As well. I don't know. Like it would be an intriguing take for that if they went that route.
I personally don't like the lose the hair character change because it's like Hulk Hogan not being orange. I mean, like it's part of the gimmick.
Yeah,
it's part of the gimmick. Or it's like Stone Cold's like, we're gonna move away from the black trunks. It is so iconic with who she is, and it sells really well.
That's very true.
And it's so unique compared to anything else anyone has ever done in wrestling, and that is very rare to find these days. That something is so different, and character defining. Because other than that, like a cosmetic change really isn't that much of a character change.
Yeah.
Unless it's a complete revamp, like when what's her name buzzed her head for the Straight Edge Society.
Molly. Oh, you mean Serena Deeb?
Sarah Deeb, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think that because if you take away Bianca's hair, she's still the same character.
Yeah.
Like, what do you really change other than she doesn't have her hair anymore?
But I think that's also the reason because it's so synonymous with her. That it's like what is she without it? Is she even recognizable?
I think it's better to do it if she ever turned heel like Bayley did with her Bayley buddies.
that was the Fox debut too. I remember that.
Yeah, right. Like that is an iconic moment because she's just like, I'm never going back to this. Yeah. And all those grown men are like, oh. Like we all wanted emo Bayley, but we wanted you to go back eventually, and she's just like, I'm never going back.
Yeah, I'm not doing this anymore.
And I respect that, but I'm upset.
I definitely thought we might have gotten Hugger Bayley at Mania.
I would love to see Hugger Bayley, but I respect her for not having Hugger Bayley.
We almost had Paramore.
6-0.
Good. We almost got Paramore at WrestleMania this past year.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
On top of all the other musical guests that they got. Like Paramore was going to do Bayley's entrance. But they couldn't figure it out in time. And anyway, Bianca and Jade's winning this. Completely, wholeheartedly Bianca and Jade's winning this.
Dude, I saw like a Bloomberg article. Well, it wasn't Bloomberg, but it was some like outlet article. It was just like, here's everything you need to know about Taylor Swift's opening act, in quotes, Paramore. And I was just like,
what?
I was like, how do people not know who Paramore is?
Wow, that's an insult.
Yeah, it was like an Instagram meme. It was just like, I feel so offended. It was like a quote tweet. It was like, I feel so offended right now.
I feel offended too.
Like, it's like, the like that's Paramore.
That's Paramore, yeah. Paramore's freaking great.
He's been around forever. 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, have you heard this new up and coming band, Paramore? They're really hip with the kids.
Yeah, and adults, apparently.
And adults.
Oh my god! But Clash of the Castle coming up this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, from Scotland, from the UK. So we have a couple of bonus questions that we didn't get to. I totally forgot. Does Chad Gable bring the Alpha Academy to help him beat Sammy?
You know what they do? Because here's why. They come out, they help him win. They tease the heel turn with those three. Yeah. They help him win. On Monday, he goes, I don't give a fuck. You're fired anyway. And then comes down the other guys.
Oh, so you're telling me he's going to pull...
You do a double swerve.
Well, no, he's going to pull an Austin Theory at Evolve.
Yes.
Remember,
exactly.
he had hired Gigi Dolan, a.k.a.
Gigi Dolan. And then
Priscilla Kelly.
She helped him win.
And he was like, I got the title. Out of here. You're fired.
You're fired.
Yeah.
He's like, now that I need to be a higher tier. I need some top tier talent here.
Yeah.
If we can steal a Will Tarashuk phrase.
Yeah.
And he brings out the Creed brothers. Because it's a good swerve because you're like, oh, they're going to turn Otis and everyone else heel. Okay, weird. And then nope, you swerve them again.
Yeah, it's a good abandonment.
And then you continue the story with Sammy, Otis, and Tozawa against the Creed brothers and what's his name? And that builds into SummerSlam. You can rematch Sammy and Gable at SummerSlam.
There you go.
Like I think that's what I would do. So Triple H, if you're listening, take it.
Yeah, he might be listening. Okay, the last bonus question, since this is the UK, and I'm pulling this one, I'm pulling this rabbit out the hat here. Since the UK, do we get an actual TV appearance in some way, shape, or form of Sir William Regal?
No, he's English.
It's still the UK.
Yeah, but don't the Scots and the English hate each other?
Yeah, they do.
So, what are they gonna boo him? That'd be really funny if they.
But
booed
it's
him.
but it's William Regal.
I know, but
The warden's here. What's going on, Matt Ritter? How you doing, man?
you know what they should do? They should have a live camera at the grave of Roddy Piper, and they just show it every now and then. And here's Roddy Piper.
I wouldn't be surprised if Drew McIntyre comes out in some Piper gear.
Piper's music.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be
It's
surprised.
music and jacket. He goes, "Hey Rhonda, I need that Piper jacket." Yes, FedEx is fine.
That was.
I mean,
It could work. It could work. Oh man, that's true. That's right. He was Canadian. That's right. Piper was Canadian. I followed. It's whatever. It worked. Because like Piper used to be homeless on the streets of Toronto.
wait, Piper's Canadian too?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why are so many foreign characters Canadian?
Wait till I tell you about the X-Men. So there's that too. The original X-Men animated series characters were all Canadian. The voice actors.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, the studio that they did the show in is in Toronto, which is kind of a great thing. Yeah, Canada's a cool place these days. Be it as it may, that's pretty much the end of our show. But we do have some news that might concern some of you, if not all of you. For the first time in over 18 months, folks, we are going to open our own Forbidden Door or Prohibited Portal as we preview Forbidden Door as well. So this has been on our mind at least a couple of times throughout the past 18 months, and then all the time we always forget about it. However, we have finally come to a consensus and an agreement that we are going to have a special guest host for our Forbidden Door preview show in a couple of weeks, or maybe in a couple of weeks, not next week, but I think 2 weeks from now. We're gonna make this announcement right now. Oh, yeah, I need to write it down or something. But yeah, our Forbidden Door preview show, when it does occur, is going to be we're going to be joined by Slack. He's the only one that's excited. So Slack is going to be joining us for the first time in over 18 months. We're opening up our own prohibited portal, and Slack is going to be with us. So bring your hates, bring your animosity, and somebody get Mr. Slack on the phone, because we're probably going to need him at some point during the show.
Do I forget Slack's first name? For some reason, I think it's Anthony, but I know it's not Anthony.
It's Michael, I believe.
It's Michael?
It's
Okay.
Michael, yeah. It's Mike Slack.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually enjoy every now and then I'll be scrolling through Facebook and I'll see a meme from Slack and I go, okay, that's pretty funny. And I like it. So every now and then Slack gets me. He knows right where my funny bone is.
Yeah, so he's and honestly, we might need Slack because he's probably more knowledgeable about AEW than any of us.
Most definitely.
Yeah, so we're definitely gonna Slack is gonna return unless we change our minds.
Since it's Forbidden Door.
So our show's gonna be called Prohibited Portal. I've already named it Prohibited Portal.
No, that's perfect.
Slack,
But since it's Forbidden Door, can we fit a second guest who knows New Japan?
Like who?
Doesn't Mr. YLP only watch New Japan?
That's true, because Dominion was the other day.
Yeah, so if it's Forbidden Door, if we can have two.
Honestly, I want to see Slack and
Mr.
YLP go at it.
Honestly, they can argue and Ricky Weedus moderate.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Mr. YLP, if you're out there listening to this, hit us up, because I think that's a really good idea. If you know a lot about New Japan and Slack knows a lot about AEW, and Ricky and I don't really know much about either, but we can make fun of all y'all.
Yeah.
I think we should do that. That sounds fun.
Yeah, and then we can have Kane. It could be a loaded show.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
Yeah, if we're talking about portals.
Yeah, we're gonna open up all the portals. The return of Wrestler's Court. This is not Wrestler's Court at all. Although we should put Slack in Wrestler's Court. That would be hysterical.
Why? What do you do?
Nothing.
Okay,
just for existing.
That's why he's arrested, because he didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything. Yeah, for crimes against his internship, doing absolutely nothing.
He never did his court order community service.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe we will do that. We'll open a prohibited portal to Slack and Mr. YLP. That'd be an interesting time. Yeah, we can get on the phone with that and figure it out. So yeah, I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Well, we know Slack is definitely going to be there, so take that as it may. And like Slack already knows, Will and myself are the least of his problems. He still also has to deal with Kay.
Yes. And that is where the fun happens. Somehow Slack is going to throw at his back.
Yeah. Slack might reach through his screen to try to punch Freckles. You know how much Slack hates that damn puppet? The red stuffed animal?
I want to know more.
He's so upset. He's always been upset about Freckles. I don't know why. It is
pretty funny.
It is hysterical. So that
maybe Freckles is too colorful.
I guess. I think it's because Maddie got replaced by a stuffed animal.
I mean,
by an inanimate object. Yeah.
wait until his job gets replaced by AI.
Yeah, right.
Woo, that's gonna hurt.
I hope the AI replaces him, and I hope the AI that replaces him is named Freckles.
Oh my God, Rick, you want to develop a Freckles AI?
Yeah.
Go halvesies.
Go halvesies on the Freckles AI. I want the same picture of the animal too. Like,
just change the colors so we don't get copywritten.
Exactly. It's from Animal Crossing, right?
Yes, and Nintendo is known for suing fucking everybody.
Oh, we got to talk about games. There's a lot of good Xbox news lately. But we can do that all on the post because I know we got to talk about baseball and all the record changes and stuff like that. So that being said, Sir Will, let's get the show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 379, Castle Cooking. We are cooking towards Clash at the Castle this week, and which means that WWE is cooking to a major event known as Money in the Bank, now a part of the Big Five in the WWE calendar. I am the big numero uno here of this podcast, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, some people's DMs, less people's text messages, Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review. Links to all of that stuff are in the description below. If you are listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, which you should be doing, the cure for the Con Wrestling podcast, follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter and at Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else in the social media world. Will Tarashak.
Slays and germs. I did not get Joey Chestnut banned, but I could if I would. I just had one question. Does that mean Kobayashi is coming out of retirement to reclaim his crown as the #1 eating champion of the world?
Honestly, I don't know. That's what I would do. I would be that asshole.
Like 3 weeks, so
yeah,
we're gonna find out. I'm excited.
Yeah, it is. So now, but I mean, I would, if I was Kobayashi, I'd do that. But when we come back next week, folks, we're going to review Clash of the Castle. We're going to start preparing for Money in the Bank. We're going to prepare to open up the prohibited portal with 1 or maybe 2 special guests. And hopefully Kay's back has gotten, put back together or something. So until next week, folks, goodbye, good night. We'll see you soon. And I can't wait to say the Super Space again. Fuck you, Slack. See you later, folks.
Midnight music.
All right.
Oh, that curse out of Slack is going to be amazing.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
It'll be so good. So yeah, you want to talk about the integration of the baseball records? Yes.
So you sent this to me. I read the article. I think, for the most part, I think it's pretty rock solid. First off, any player that played in both It's like Jackie Robinson,
Satchel Paige.
Some of the players who played in both leagues
Yeah.
they should 100% be brought over, like clean. They're part of the statistics, because I have no problem with considering that, like, those statistics part of record, because it is part of baseball, and baseball over the past 20 years or so has done a very good job of accepting its bad past, not running away from its bad past, and trying to make up for it the right way that doesn't seem too pandering or whatever negative. Like, it's been very well done. I first heard the Negro Leagues in 2005 with MVP Baseball 2005, because you can unlock Negro Leagues players like a Satchel Paige.
Really?
So that is how I learned about the Negro Leagues, and that's something MLB was open to including in their games all the way back then in 2005. And then again in Ken Burns' documentary, Baseball, they had like a few hours on the Negro Leagues and the history. So
MLB the show just brought it back several years ago.
The show as well. MLB has never been afraid to confront their past and look it in the face and go, we accept our past. So I think it's a good move by MLB to do that. I don't think that it is like for social brownie points. I think it's very genuine.
I think it's legit. They've been working on this for several years, ever since they announced that they were bringing the Negro Leagues up to Major League status.
Yeah. And I don't mind like the new number one spots for certain things, although it is a little bizarre, because there's the argument of, well, you never played in the big league, so like who knows if your numbers would have been that good. But it also works on the flip side. Would Ty Cobb have had the best record, like average in baseball, if he was going up against Satchel Paige and all those players? So that argument cancels itself out.
Yeah.
So it's a bad argument to make one way or the other.
It's also one of the things that MLB has done before. They've had upper leagues to Major League status before, but Negro Leagues. Like, this isn't a new practice for them.
Yes. So I don't think there should be an asterisk.
Oh, absolutely not. Asterisk,
But there should be a footnote.
They'll say, like, hey, this has been integrated from these players, which I think MLB already does a good job of saying, like, hey, you know, these guys didn't have a chance. This has been the Negro Leagues. We upgraded this. Like, they've been, with the Negro Leagues in particular, they've been very conscious of their branding.
Yes.
Of what they're doing with it. And I think next week or this weekend, they're having the game in, like, the only Negro League ballpark that's still standing in, like, Alabama.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I think, is it this weekend or is it, like, on Juneteenth next week?
I'm not sure, but I know they are playing that game, which is really cool. And they're integrating a lot of players into the actual Hall of Fame, like Buck O'Neil was put in the Hall of Fame, I think, a long time ago.
They started putting people in the Hall of Fame,
Yeah. So I think you need some kind of footnote, just to say, like, hey, this was originally part of the Negro Leagues baseball.
Yeah. Which I think I trust MLB with doing that, because, like, I mean, baseball is all about stats anyway. So, like, if anybody's going to get the stats right, it should be the Major League Baseball committee or the people doing these stats. What I like that they did too, as well, is that they didn't add any stats from barnstorming tours. So are you aware of what barnstorming is?
No.
So it's what the Savannah Bananas are.
Oh, hilarious.
Okay.
They're the best, dude.
They were just up in Boston, actually.
Yeah, I gotta go see them one day. Even Jazz was like, "Can we go see them?" And I never thought you would ask me to see the fucking Savannah Bananas.
I feel like I have a connection to somebody who either plays on one of the teams against the Savannah Bananas or is part of a Savannah Bananas team.
If we could go, dude, we should totally go.
I'll look into it. But essentially what would happen was there are a lot of, the Negro Leagues, because I actually have a book on the Negro Leagues. I'll have to let you borrow it sometime. It's actually pretty good. But they talk about, and there was a Long Island Negro Leagues team, actually, that started the barnstorming sensation, which I find hysterical. So a lot of the times there are a couple of Negro Leagues and it kind of fizzles out for money concerns or whatever. And so a lot of these teams would go and do these, like, Harlem Globetrotter, like, now Savannah Banana, like, games to make money, and they'd be really comical and entertaining. So that's what barnstorming was, which is kind of a Negro League thing. And so the MLB took that out. Like, they didn't add that. They didn't add that to the record book.
Of course.
So the barnstorming team that started on Long Island was called the New York Cubans, and that was deliberate, because if they associated themselves as Cubans, they would be more accepted than saying they were African Americans.
That's funny.
So it's like the Harlem Globetrotters call themselves the Harlem Globetrotters, except they're originally from Chicago.
Yeah.
So they just use the name and kind of fiddle it. But if you look up in New York Cubans, it's that's one of the first barnstorming teams. And the Savannah Bananas just made it popular again. So that's what barnstorming is. So the MLB, in the consideration of the records, which if I read correctly from I think the USA Today article, they're still looking at records. Like they did the big ones. They're still kind of putting it together.
Yeah. I mean, how much data do you think is there?
It depends on how much data they can find. Because
who did all that record keeping?
It wasn't anything.
It's all
official.
On paper.
Yeah, that's that's the hard part.
Like, you know how long that has to take?
Dude, paperwork is a bitch.
I mean, you got to run it. You got to probably somehow you can scan it and then run it through an algorithm. So it's probably not as painstaking as we think.
But
hopefully,
you'd still have to double check it. Like you can digitize all the paper you want. You still got to be able to read it.
Yeah. I also love how they still call it the Negro Leagues.
Yeah, they never shied away from it.
Like I said, they're confronting their past.
Yeah.
Appropriately.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think it's awesome.
Take notes, America.
Yeah. They're like, hey, yeah, this is a thing. We don't do this anymore, but, they were equivalent to what we were doing anyways.
Yeah.
So no, it's good. I like it. I like it a lot.
It is also really funny that Ty Cobb's record is now replaced because he was known as just the scummy, by today's standards,
scummy racist.
The scummiest and racist person. There's a story in that Ken Burns documentary where, because he played an integrated baseball, one of his hometown fans yelled at him and called him an N-word lover at like the third inning. Ty Cobb heard this story. Dropped his glove, went started to fight him, right? And beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
He beat up one of his own fans because they called him an N-word lover.
Yeah. I like when I saw that. Honestly, when I saw that Josh Gibson took out all of Ty Cobb's record, I had a really big laugh. I was like, "Oh, that's pure gold."
Yeah, I was kind of just like, "All right," I don't really care, but I love Ty Cobb as a baseball player because undoubtedly one of the greatest baseball players who ever lived.
Wasn't he the first person in the Hall of Fame?
He was in the opening class. It was him, Ruth, Honus Wagner, and I think one of the managers. I forget his name. And Walter Johnson.
Okay. Because I know he was part of the original or part of the original class. And I was like, yeah, Ty Cobb, known racist. Okay, cool. And I was like, that's it. That's one thing I do hate about baseball. They're like,
Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, Christy Mathewson, and Walter Johnson. Christy Mathewson was a pitcher and a manager.
Oh, okay.
So those five.
Yeah, my only gripe with baseball and their Hall of Fame stuff is the whole they'll embrace a lot of their past except for the steroid era.
Correct. It's too fresh.
Yeah.
It's too fresh. Everyone who was involved it's like the Kennedy Files. Everyone who was involved is still alive, so it can't be talked about until they're all dead.
It's so wild. I was like, we're gonna do everything else except talk about this. Or Pete Rose, that's true.
Or Pete Rose.
Oh, they caught that one Padres player for betting on baseball.
Funny thing is he lost the bets too.
I did hear about that.
And they did the loosest investigation to Shohei Ohtani ever. They're like, oh, his translator got convicted. Shohei's clean. In fact, he's a victim. He's a victim. He's a victim. So part of the court settlement was the guy has to pay Shohei Ohtani for lots for damages,
$38 million or something like that, right?
Yeah. So MLB's just no, he didn't do it. He didn't know.
Yeah.
He's getting money.
It's he has enough money. Did you see the contract he signed?
It's like when the police get to investigate themselves when they shoot someone. It's we didn't shoot anybody.
What are you talking about? He was in self-defense.
We can investigate ourselves. Of course, it's fine. It's fair. No, we don't need a third-party investigation. We got this.
What are you talking about?
Right? Fist bump, bro. Fist bump.
Yeah, he's on desk duty. Oh my god, it is a shame. Yeah, so I watched the Xbox Game Showcase.
A lot of good things are coming.
Yeah, no, they PlayStation had a showcase a couple weeks ago and it kind of sucked. And Xbox was we are just going to unload the clip on everybody. So, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which is fully under Microsoft's control.
Yeah, who cares?
What I like about I play Call of Duty more so from a storyline than from multiplayer.
I usually do as well, and the campaigns are usually pretty good.
This one's really interesting. It's 91 post the collapse of the Soviet Union.
I can get it back and get about that. Conflict Desert Storm. You ever played the Conflict Desert Storm games?
No, I'm not.
Oh, dude, they're great. I think one of the last missions you got to kill Saddam Hussein.
Nice. Yeah, so this one is like it's like 91 post collapse of the Soviet Union, and like no one knows who to trust anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's me good. Yeah, that's me fun.
They did a deep dive and they showed like they're doing this. They have this thing called OmniMotion. So like they realize like, hey, we need to have these players move more like natural people move. So like you can now finally, they showed in gameplay footage, you now can find like you can accelerate backwards, you can sprint backwards and go sideways. You can literally jump backwards and start shooting somebody now.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
They got new physics engine.
New physics engine, yeah.
There's some games like it's a police body cam game.
Really?
And the body cam, this is for PC, and the body cam footage, like the actual gameplay footage, looks so fucking real. It is very scary how real the hands and the gun look, and it's in the lens of a body cam.
Wow.
Like some people legitimately couldn't tell the difference.
That's kind of
like
nuts.
Focus groups and stuff. Like so, like yeah, that kind of engine put in Call of Duty eventually for like warfare physics is gonna be fucking nuts.
Yeah, they brought back zombies again, which is great. Indiana Jones is being I think an Xbox.
The indie game looks fun. It looks interesting. Like it needs to be arcadey for it to work.
They're doing more. It looks like it's going to be more Tomb Raidery because there are going to be some puzzle stuff you can do.
That's fine too.
But like you can use the whip for anything.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's not going to be terrible.
No. So we did Call of Duty Indiana Jones. They revealed a new Gears of War game.
Gears 6?
Well, no, it's Gears of War E-Day. So they're going back to the beginning.
Oh, OG Gears.
Yeah, they're going to the beginning.
Okay, I can fuck with that.
Doom, they announced the new Doom. Diablo 4 expansion. Flight Simulator 2024 actually looks stupid fun.
Dude, all the flight simulators are fun. What do you mean?
Well, no, this one you can actually do you can do careers. So you can do plane-based careers.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So like you can be like one of those Red Bull like air racing teams. You can be like you can work for pretty much like the Coast Guard or whatever and like save people at sea and stuff. So that was a fun one. World of Warcraft, they showed some Assassin's Creed footage, which is Feudal Japan is the next series of Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Shadows. They're rebringing back Fable.
I did see that too. The Fable games were fun, but they didn't age well for me.
They're redoing it.
Yeah.
They have it under a new.
I mean, the games had total potential, but they're not memorable.
State of Decay 3. There's never Elder Scrolls expansion. Did you see the footage of Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater?
No, I never played the Metal Gear games.
They're hard games because you have to be extremely stealthy. But essentially, like you're the special agent, and you're going on a mission pretty much by yourself. You can't get support from anybody. You have to kill to make your own food, and no one can see you. So you have to take out anybody that might be a threat to you.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Fallout expansion, Life is Strange is coming back. Sea of Thieves expansion because they won't let that die.
Sea of Thieves has a do great. I never played it.
Ant loves Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I mean it's a very, very good game.
Yeah.
From what I know about it.
Stalker 2 is finally coming out. Age of Mythology.
Age of Mythology Retold. Yeah, I'm so fucking pumped, dude. I can't tell you how many times I've played those games to completion, plus all the expansion packs.
Really?
Dude, I still play Age of Empires 2. I shit you not. I have 316 hours of that game.
That's disgusting.
And I still have like another 30 hours left till I beat everything.
Jesus Christ.
The game is unreal. Because, dude, the game came out in the 90s and they're still releasing expansion packs.
That's amazing. The big one for me that they finally showed footage of is Perfect Dark. They're rebringing it's the N64 game.
Yes. I have heard about
the
that. The
female secret agent. She's essentially the female Bond in like a techno-futuristic world.
Dude, there's too many games. Like I
watched the show because I was like, this is a lot of games.
I want to quit everything in my life and just play video games for like the next 3 years so I can keep up.
Seriously.
Like when I retire, you're gonna have to pull me out of my chair with a spatula how many video games I'm gonna play. Is to keep up with the next 50 years of video game evolution.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be great.
My Steam wish list is 44 games long.
That's disgusting.
I know some of these games have been on here for years.
There's a new game that they're coming out with called Mixtape. And essentially, it's like you're pretty much a youth in like the mid to late 90s with like the appropriate soundtrack from the era. So like Devo, Smashing Pumpkins, and shit like that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they haven't really released much about it, but they saw some footage of it. But yeah, no, I was really pumped. And then Xbox was like, oh yeah, we're coming out with some new updated consoles, like an all digital Series X in white. And then an expanded 2 terabyte Series X, just for shits and gigs.
Oof! Do you need more than 2 terabytes?
I know, but that's like, but you can get like expansion memory cards and whatnot.
I think my SSD for video games is 3 terabytes.
Yeah.
And I have 277 gigabytes left. Yeah, I have 2.5 terabytes of video games on this.
Yeah, no, my video game lineup is going. Oh yeah, they also announced like a Starfield expansion, so you might not have to hop on Starfield now.
No, I'll give it wait a year. Yeah. I'm gonna get it in the this holiday season.
It'll be a year come like September.
Yeah, it'll be a year in like November-ish.
Yeah, so for me, my video game world is going to be one game once it hits in July. NCAA college football, EA Sports college football.
Yep, that's coming out. That's going to be huge.
It's great because like no one cares about Madden. Like, did you know they announced the Madden cover today and no one cares?
Who's even on it? Who cares?
Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
I was like, it's good for him, but no one's going to buy this game.
Dude, the whales play that game. They don't need many. Here's the thing. Madden can survive with 10,000 people playing it because all those people spend a shit ton of money on their microtransactions.
Yeah. But the college football game is going to blow them out of the water.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking huge.
Yeah, it is crazy. And like, I was reading up on it, and like the developers were like, "Yeah, the goal is don't be Madden." That's our goal. So they literally have, because I was reading up on it, they have all of the Division I teams signed on to be in the game, and they have which is 134 teams. And they have 134 playbooks. So every playbook is different.
Oh, that's gross. Dude, I might have to buy a football game. I haven't played a football game in decades.
Did you see? I have to send you a trailer for college football that they came out with like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, this is going to be absurd.
So I haven't played a college football game. Are the players... Like, how do they rate the players? Because it's, like, do they rate it based off, like, is there 90, like, 98s?
I mean, I feel like it's the same system.
Everyone mostly, like, the highest you go is 84 because none of them are pro yet.
No, they're still. I
mean, that'd be pretty cool if you nerf down their stats because they're college players. Like the highest player is like an 85.
Yeah, right. No, you're still gonna have like 99 level stuff and whatnot. The big thing here is obviously they have name, image, and likeness, so a bunch of the college players' names are on there, so you'll be able to.
Yeah, they're gonna make a shit ton of money.
They're making authentic of them because all like they said like 10,000 players from NCAA are like, yeah, we're gonna be in the game.
I wonder if there's like all of them, right? Because if
some people opted out.
Like all the linemen, like why would you opt out? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah. Some people
do not
want
royalties forever.
Yeah. The other big thing is that what I was reading is that the way the gameplay is like, so they added archetypes to all the different styles of players. There's like mental archetypes and physical archetypes, and so depending on how old you are, depends on how you play. So like a freshman quarterback will not be as good as someone who's like a senior quarterback.
Right.
And so we do that. They add a lot of stadium sounds. So like they like if it's like a third down and you're the away team, like the crowd meter is going to be like shooting through the roof. Like you may not be able to see like your receiver icons. You may not be able to read routes.
Oh, that's funny. So like a noise distraction.
It's a distraction. Yeah.
It's like when you're trying to take free throws and the controller vivibrates.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it is going.
My one problem with this game is it's still EA, and they'll fuck it up somehow.
I hope they don't. But like, there's been a lot of care made to this.
I know, dude. It's EA. EA sucks.
Well, it's EA Sports. Because EA Sports and EA are like kind of different.
I guess
they are, because when I think of like EA, I think of like Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, because that's also EA.
It's also EA.
Yeah, but then
Those
EA
games
Sports
are also very mixed.
I like Fallen Order. And well, I'm almost done with Survivor. Survivor is a lot more fun than Fallen Order, I feel like.
I haven't played either of them.
Yeah.
They're both on my list, though. Actually, no, I got one of them for free. Like
probably Fallen Order. Probably Fallen Order.
I got the first one for free.
Fallen Order is really good. It's a good story. Survivor, I think Survivor picks up where Fallen Order leaves. Speaking of which, have you started watching The Acolyte since we're on Star Wars?
I was going to ask you, is it good?
I like it so far. It's a kind of a slow build.
All over it.
I see. You know what it is? Because it's not a Star Warsy show. They're mixing genres. It's more of like a detective whodunit.
Interesting.
Which I enjoy. People are shitting on it because the highest profile actor is not going to be in most of the show.
Isn't it Trinity?
Yeah, it's Trinity.
And they kill her in like the first 10 minutes?
4.
Yeah. So that's mistake number 1.
But I think there's a reason for it. Like, I think she's in other episodes. It's just going to be in like flashback scenes.
Like, is she going to be a Force ghost?
No, she's not going to be a Force ghost. This is High Republic.
Yeah, it's like 200 years before?
100 years before.
Yeah, which is cool. I'm glad we're getting new Star Wars.
What I like about it is the story, and then like they have one of the Jedi is one of the guys from Squid Games, who's kind of who like didn't know a lick of English but learned English for his role, which is kind of interesting. But what I like about it is that the fighting style is completely different.
Okay.
So it's not like the Jedi are very like defensive, like they don't use their lightsaber unless ultimately necessary. So they're not really like trigger happy like they are in like the when you get towards like the prequels and the original trilogy, where it's like boom lightsaber, we're going right now. They're more like controlled. They're very coppy. They're very like They're very much like cops in the High Republic era.
Ugh.
It's an interesting dynamic, but I you know what it is? I just like when
Ricky, fuck the police.
I know, I agree, but like I like this different. I like this different look of the Jedi because we've never seen High Republic outside of books.
Yeah, it's completely different. Yeah, it's completely different. It's a different Jedi.
Yeah, it's a different Jedi. Yoda's not going to be in this, so that's good.
No connection to any of the original 9 movies, which I think is good for Star Wars.
Yeah, because there shouldn't be. It's 100 years prior. Like there shouldn't be a direct connection at all. This is a completely new story, completely new time, which I like, and I want to see what they do with it. It's one of those things. They came out with 2 episodes. I think 2 episodes are good. It's still building right now because I think they just released episode 3 like an hour ago.
Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna watch it, but then I decided to go on a straight samurai kick. I've been so gung ho on samurai this past week and a half. I bought Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah. I was just like, it was staring at me in my list forever, and I was just like, fuck it, today's the day. And I bought it, $60. At the same time, I went on Netflix and started watching Blue Eye Samurai, and oh my god, that show is it
anime or
anime? It's unreal. So I can put it this way: towards the end of the season, it's 8 episodes. Like episode 6, it's just 40 minutes of the samurai storming a castle and murdering everybody.
Oh shit!
And like the show opens with "For Whom the Bell Tolls" by Metallica.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking.
So this is a newer anime. This isn't like a classic.
It's 2023.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna season 2 will come soon, and season 3 hopefully. But the whole premise is like in 1630 Japan, like there was like a rule where they wouldn't cut out Western influence completely, so white people were barred from Japan. Okay,
that's kind of like what Shogun was about.
Yes, essentially. So, but it's a story of this kid who was, if you were considered half breed, you were considered like an other, and like a monster and a demon. Yeah. So, but because they had blue eyes. So the main character is a blue eye samurai, trying to find the 4 known white men in Japan who caused her birth, and she's looking to kill all 4 of them.
Holy shit.
So yeah, that's the whole show, and it's it's incredible. The character work is great. Like the writing is crisp, the animation is gorgeous. I'm gonna start watching Shogun next.
I saw the first couple of episodes of Shogun. It didn't catch me. Like I was intrigued by it, but it didn't catch me. I might go back to it.
And the game is incredible. Like it goes to Tsushima, the combat is so crisp and clean.
But did you ever play? Were you a Fallout person?
Oh yeah, I played all the Fallouts.
Have you watched the show yet?
Yeah, the show's incredible.
Yeah, I watched
The
the show
show
I
is a
think a month ago.
strong 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Walt Goggins as a ghoul sold it for me.
Oh yes, of course. He was phenomenal. The main character is great. The okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
The show nailed perfectly the tone of the video games.
Yeah, it's eerie yet stupid funny.
It's stupid. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's hilarious. But if you play the game with the music off, it's fucking scary.
Yeah, so
and the characters are goofy and silly and like they even got VATS in the show, which is impressive.
Yeah, they got a lot. Like I've never played Pokemon, but like from what I've seen of people watching, they're like they nailed this.
Yeah, the game is pretty much just like that.
Yeah. They nailed this, and I think are they going to New Vegas in season 2?
Yes, they're going to New Vegas.
It looks like I think that's New Vegas in season 2.
Which is crazy because New Vegas was made by Obsidian, not Bethesda.
But isn't Obsidian under Bethesda?
Maybe now it is, but when New Vegas came out in 2011, it was not.
It was under Obsidian.
It was under Obsidian, and Obsidian made not No Man's Sky, the other space game. Fuck, I can't believe I'm forgetting the name on it. Outer Worlds.
Outer Worlds, okay.
Outer Worlds was a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
Obsidian makes really good games, but it's kind of crazy to go to New Vegas because it's like, was New Vegas canon? Well, yes, it is.
Now it is. Yeah.
Now it is.
Yeah, no, I was really excited for Fallout. Like the more I watched, the more I was like, I love the ghoul. I love Walt Goggins as the ghoul.
Yeah. They did a really good job. It is kind of funny that it's just like, capitalism brought the end of the world. Shocker. Isn't it ironic that Amazon, the corporation that could end the world, is greenlighting a TV show about corporations that end the world on purpose for profit?
Yeah.
They're like, the end of the world is a product. I'm like, yeah. I don't think Amazon understands what they're actually saying right now.
No, that show is really funny. I've been watching people like react to it. I'm like, wow, this is really fucking ridiculous.
Play the games, dude. They're really fun.
I do. I have to get back. Like, I got to do some more gear stuff and all of that stuff. But I'm telling you, once NCAA hits, I'm gone for like a solid month.
I got to find all the Gears games like in a bundle and for PC so I can play them again.
I just have it on Game Pass, so I can just do it whenever.
True.
It's the one great thing about Game Pass. But on that note, I'm going to get out of here so I can probably watch The Acolyte and watch people be mad about it.
Dude, so before we go, Steam has this setting where you can go into like your features or whatever, and it'll tell you how much money you've spent on video games since the beginning of your Steam account.
I don't want that.
So since 2019, guess how much money I've spent on video games?
$2,500.
Wow, Jesus Christ, 2,100.
Ah,
yeah, damn, Rick.
At first I was like, at first I was gonna be like, all right, he probably did 1,000, and then I was like, all right, wait a second, you got to be a little bit higher.
Here's the thing, dude. I only really buy games during the Steam sale. I never buy any game. I rarely buy a game full price.
Yeah, because which is also kind of crazy that you're at 2,100 and you only buy things on sale.
Yeah. Well, unless it's like a certain expansion packs I'll buy day of, because like the Age of Empires is like $11.
Okay.
So I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. All right, folks, we're getting out of here. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, I'll get this edited tomorrow.